Hi Dave, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you doing, sir? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, not too bad.
You good?
Bit of a shitty weather outside again.
Yeah, we got 25 days of rain or something now, so typical Welsh weather. Lush.
Yeah, I think we've had five of them already as well. Fucking nightmare.
Naff, absolutely naff.
Oh, what's been happening then?
Well, we've had a bit of a tough week this week. Sarah's dad got taken into hospital on Monday, I think it was. But yeah, he's making a good recovery now. So hopefully he'll be home soon. So a bit of a shout out to Harry. Get well soon, and we love you, bud, and come on home.
Hurry up, Harry!
Yeah,
Hurry
that's
up,
it.
Harry! Come on! Can't get down the pub if he's in hospital.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So
So
yeah, I saw something the other day about the Chinese. They launched this rocket,
oh yeah.
and they were sending a part up to the Chinese space station, and then they docked the parts, but then the thrusters, I think, or one of the thrusters, it's like around 20 tons. This bit of metal was going to come tumbling back to Earth, and uncontrollably, I might add, and it actually landed
Splendid. Where did it land?
in the sea just off the Maldives.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yeah, part of it came back, and all the rocket scientists in China were whooping and whooping about it because it didn't kill anybody.
Land. That's shocking, isn't it?
So yeah, but yeah, apparently it's the second largest uncontrolled re-entry in history,
Never.
and it goes against all international regulations for rocket scientists.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and apparently there's going to be 11 more missions the Chinese are making to the space station.
Oh, so we still got a bit of chance at having a bit of scrap metal.
Yeah, what a nightmare. So there's always a chance that somebody could land on your head.
Yeah. Awesome. Are we covered, or is that ain't force majeure, is it?
I
That
don't know what it is.
is.
It'd be like being speared from a fucking one of those big piss pipes from a jumbo jet, when they release the toilet over the over the land, and then all of a sudden you get speared by this big piss spear, then it's going to kill you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, 120 mile an hour. It don't matter what it's really, does it?
Well, apparently this thing was coming back to Earth at 18,000 miles an hour. So this rocket,
Yeah, that's going to do some
bit
damage.
of a rocket.
Yeah.
So, those poor fish, man.
That's not good.
The fucking Chinese are like.
That's it.
So they're trying to kill us with COVID, and now they're trying to kill us with bits of rockets. So.
Yeah, it's a bit extreme.
Trump's got a lot to answer for.
I know. We've had some good feedback from our Right Said Fred review.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had some nice comments from some friends. So my buddy Michelle sent me a nice message saying that she really enjoyed it and it was good, and she managed to stay awake all the way through it because I think we normally put it to sleep.
Oh yeah.
And then my other buddy Susanna, who I used to work with, said we got our voices are made for radio.
Okay.
I think she meant faces, maybe.
Yes. Well, I was going to say she obviously hasn't watched the video. Or maybe she has.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. So thanks for that, Susie.
I don't think I've got a particularly great voice for radio, but
I don't know. I think we all sound a bit dumb in Wales, don't we? I think that's the problem.
I do anyway. I sound like a right fucking dummy most of the time.
Whenever you see people being interviewed by whatever on the news or something and they're Welsh, you just know straight away, don't you? It's like, oh.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, he's Welsh.
He's unbelievable, he was. But yeah, we got some good things coming on this week as well, or recording some this week, haven't we? Some big names that we can release a bit later on.
I don't know. I've Thursday and Friday next week we're recording.
Oh, it's next week, is it?
Well, next week is next week, and the week after that is the week after that.
Right, yeah, next week.
So next Thursday we're actually recording Carol Decker.
That's right, out of Tupau.
from Tapau.
Wow,
So
wow.
we need to plug her a bit, not literally, but
That's it. I'll say that, yeah. We got a mate of mine then, Andy Hunt, on Friday out of Buffalo Summer.
okay. Over Buffalo Summer.
Yeah, and he's
Who
also
are they? Who are
Runaway.
they?
Oh, they're a band from Leith. They've
Okay.
been in what time now? They released their third album just before COVID.
Okay. You keep falling off on your microphone, just to let you know.
I need to come a bit closer to it.
Yeah.
And they were going on. They were touring their new album just as COVID struck, a bit like everybody else, really.
Okay.
So they did a couple of music videos. I went in one of the music videos.
Okay. Yeah. There's a zombie one.
No.
Oh.
This is like a crowd one. So they're like doing a live performance, and we were in the crowd.
Okay.
So at a gig. So, but the drummer, he played for like an hour. First of all, recording. Then he played with the warm-up band for an hour. Then he played for an hour with Buffalo Summer, because he's in two bands. And then he played for like half hour after that as well, while they carried on recording the music, and they were getting some crowd interaction as well. So he was drumming for like 4 hours that night.
Okay.
Incredible. But yeah, so it'd be good to see him. So they were the last gig we've been to, and I was back in February, maybe March, February, I think it was.
Okay.
So that was the last live gig I've been to.
Okay.
Naff, innit?
Yeah. I think the last one I went to was beginning of 2019, also.
Yeah.
January. So yeah, it's pretty poor.
Yeah, it's not good.
Things are starting to open up over here now. The shops are open and stuff. So, but there's just fucking masses of people everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody's been allowed out for nearly a year. Now the shops have opened up again. So everybody's like, right, we're going to the shops.
Right. That's right.
I went to the florist yesterday. There was a huge queue. I went to go to one of the, it's like, it's a bit like the old Woolworths, you know, but it's called Action. Fucking huge queue. And it was raining. I was like, I'm not fucking waiting outside there. So, yeah, it's still a bit balmy, but.
Yeah. You got a Primark over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they mental and come around. They were queuing up around the shop about 35 times to get in there just to buy some pants and socks.
Yeah, I try not to go there. So it's crazy. Even Primark here in Eindhoven is like probably the most mentalist shop in the world, I expect.
Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
so
it's pretty good over here now. I said things are opening up. Pubs are open. I think they're serving food in the pubs as well. Obviously, I think you can only sit outside.
That's no bonus, really. I've had some food in Cumbrae.
Hey, we got uphill now.
Uphill? Yeah. Fucking hell. I went uphill once. Where did I go? The Queen's the last time I was over.
Not sure about Queen's.
Oh, you're fucking joking.
Oh, it's really good now. They got new owners.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. They really good, the Queen's. Very nice food up there.
I was over in the summer of 2018 and it was rough.
Oh, they're the same owners.
Oh.
We won't get them on you.
Because I went with Sean and Shan.
Yeah.
And I think they think we're like food snobs.
Okay.
Because everywhere they've taken us so far has just been fucking terrible, you know.
Yeah.
And we went to there was an Indian restaurant in New Inn we went to, and it was like walking into a disco. It was like all white with blue lights. And they actually made the food. They pre-cooked all the chicken and then just dropped it in a sauce afterwards, you know. Right. It was rough. That was rough. Then they took us up the Queen's. That was rough. And I think the best meal we had was in the Gate, I think, in Killeen.
Yeah, it's not bad out there. Yeah, the Gate's pretty good.
Had a big steak and.
Yeah, the Gate's nice. Good grub out there. There was a place out in up in Usk in the square called the King's Head.
Yeah.
Really, really good. But I haven't been there for a long, long time, so I don't know what they'd be like now, even if they've opened.
Yeah.
It was going to be open.
The greenhouse wasn't really much to write home about.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? It is pub food, isn't it?
Yeah. It's better than the Queen's anyway, to be honest.
That's it. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's my local.
The Queen's,
Yeah.
is it? Oh, their food was shocking, man.
Yeah. That's normally the grubs. It's like they do Sunday lunches and stuff. And
Yeah, that's what we had, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Perhaps they must have had an off day. Because they are pretty.
I think it was, I can't remember what we had. No, it couldn't have been Sunday lunch, 'cause I think it was a Wednesday, but maybe it was a Wednesday, Sunday lunch. But no, it was just bad.
Oh dear.
But so we're not actually food snobs, we just like good food.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I just like food.
So do I really, but you know, I do have some sort of standards.
I haven't.
Obviously not if you think the Queen's is good food.
Love a McDonald's, love a kebab. I'm just junk food king. When we went to Florida, it was my Perth. That was like my holiday of heaven. I was.
Yeah.
Burgers and fries and junk food everywhere. It was awesome. Loved it.
Well, where did I go? I went to Lanzarote, I think, for a week a few years ago, and I put on like 10 kilos
in 1 week.
In 1 week.
It's a great holiday, that is.
Came back and we went straight to England because I was going to a party in England at my mate's for my mate's. It was his wife's. What was it? Charity, some sort of charity do. So I flew straight back to England. And I jumped on my mate's brother-in-law's scales, and I was like, I think the scales are broken. He was like, why? I said, there's no way I'm that heavy. And he's like, yeah, the scales are spot on. I was like, fucking, I'd put on 10 kilos in a week.
That's an insane amount of weight.
It's like nearly 25 pounds, almost 2 stone. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't take luggage off him.
It was all water, but all water weight. Yeah.
Have you had any questions off anybody?
Just that one off your dad.
Was it? Yeah. So
I'll bring that up on the show.
Yeah.
We're gonna do something a little bit different today. I think we're gonna get a couple of our fans on. If you can call them fans, more like relatives, but
they're the best fans to have.
They're the only fans we got, I think. So we'll do something a little bit different today. We'll bring them on and they can ask us a couple of questions. We can ask them a couple of questions if you like.
Mm-hmm.
What they think about the show and which is their favorite episode and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so we can do that. And then,
but
yeah, I've got another funny story actually.
Oh yeah.
So there was a woman in Krakow in Poland.
Okay.
And she was looking outside of her window, outside of her flat, and she saw something in a tree. So she's like, oh, that's been there for a few days now. I think it's an iguana. So she called the equivalent of the RSPCA, which is the Krakow Animal Welfare Services.
Okay.
And they came over straight away. And they caught the animal. It wasn't actually an animal. It was a croissant.
That's awesome.
So they said it wasn't an iguana, it was a croissant, and they caught it bread-handed.
Brilliant.
So yeah, funny story to
easily done, isn't it?
Oh, it doesn't look much like I would have thought. I don't know, what would it look like? A croissant in a tree. It wouldn't look like an iguana, would it?
Was it?
No, not really. It might look like a massive caterpillar.
Yeah.
Oh, Shannon's just popped up on my screen. Hello, Shannon.
You're muted.
I can't hear you.
I'm not very good at this Zoom stuff.
What sort
you
of stuff?
okay?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, thanks. And you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay, cool. So you got some questions for us?
Yes, got them written down here.
Oh, we got some questions for you as well. So
yeah, let's take our questions in first. I don't know if Neil haven't joined it, have we?
No, Neil hasn't popped up yet. I'll just check there's an email again, but I'm pretty sure I sent this to the right one.
Okay.
But I can talk about your dad's question if you like.
Okay.
Yeah. So
not your dad, Shannon.
No, Grancher's.
Yeah. Yeah. So my dad wanted to know what the major differences between Holland and Wales.
Holland and Wales.
With respect to living there, yeah.
Have you ever been to Wales? Well, you live in Wales, so and have you ever been to Holland?
No, I haven't been to Holland actually. No.
Okay, well, Holland is a really modern country because obviously it was flattened in the war. Yeah, so it's very, very modern. Wales is still stuck in the 80s, which is unfortunate.
At the most.
Yeah, if you're lucky. Most of it is in the early 70s, but
Right.
you know, but yeah, and everything here is new. It's really clean. I mean, Cwmbran Newtown was a new town in what, 1966?
I thought it was earlier, no?
It might have been the end of the 50s, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and they still class that as a new town. It's not really a new town, is it?
No.
You know, it's pretty rough. So yeah, apart from the obvious, then yeah, it's much better living over here. Can't understand anybody, mind, but
is it like Germany then? Because when I went to Germany a few times, it's like super clean. All the pavements are nice and clean, and you know everybody seems to chuck their litter in the bin and everything. Whereas over here, they try and avoid the bins, don't they?
Yeah. Well, it's starting to get that way now, actually. But now that there's McDonald's popping up all over the place, you know, or Burger King. So there's just some lazy bastards that are driving up the road and they throw their fucking stuff out the road, you know, out in the car.
Yeah.
Which is just shocking, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, it's really clean. If you go to town on a Saturday afternoon, you won't see practically nobody walking around in a tracksuit.
No.
You know, everybody's smartly dressed, jeans, and yeah, you don't see people in tracksuits and stuff on a Saturday afternoon in town. No, so it's a totally different culture.
Don't they go to Primark then on a Saturday, or
they do? The Primark is full, but they seem to
pajamas over here.
Oh yeah, I know. I see it on the telly, and it's like cringe-worthy. You know,
I think it's just called relaxed and comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, but that's okay if you're in your own house, isn't it?
I suppose.
You know, I don't want to fucking go down to school and see all the mothers there bringing their kids to school in their pajamas.
No, we never. That was kind of like never done in my day.
You know, I do actually wear my jogging bottoms to the school because I when I come home off nights, I jump in the shower and then I put my jogging stuff on and then I take my daughter to school. So, but that's really I don't really go to town or anything like it.
Yeah.
If you go to town and you're jogging, you're out of place.
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
So, yeah, it's really clean and really tidy, and people take a bit more respect to themselves. All the houses are quite modern, you know, even though they're built probably in the 60s and 70s, maybe. The older ones, you know, like the standard house. And if you go inside, most of the houses are quite modern inside.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to something like my dad's place, is still stuck in 1972, I think. So, yeah. It's not great. Yeah, you know, I think we were pretty lucky growing up because, I mean, my mum obviously is your mum's sister, was your mum's sister. They were obviously they took a lot of care of themselves and they were quite proud of themselves, and the houses were always kept nice and smart, and, you know, I mean, when I got my first flat and I used to bring my mates around, they were like, fucking, I was posh in here, innit? And to me, it wasn't. It was just normal, you know?
Yeah, certainly.
So it's just like, yeah, you just carry that on with you through your life, I think. But
yeah, you definitely do. I picked up my OCD-ness from my mother.
Yeah. You influence your own children, hopefully.
Well, Shannon's probably got a bit of it, haven't you?
A little bit, not too bad. I've had to, relax a lot more since living with James because he definitely hasn't had it. Very messy.
What your standards since you got married then? Is that what you're
saying? I've had to. Trying to be crazy.
I think we need to talk to Neil about that and see whether he's got any standards. I think Neil's probably going to have to raise his, though, to Vicky's to be.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But is Neil joining?
I don't know. I've sent him the link, so I haven't had any bounce back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, should we see what Shannon thought of the podcasts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Might as well kick off, isn't it, while we're waiting for Neil?
Yeah. So
what was then, Shan?
The Big Dirty was my favourite one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I just thought it was so funny. I was actually listening to it in work, so we're allowed to listen to music and stuff whilst in work. And I had it on. I found myself laughing out loud whilst working. So I thought I better watch this later, I think.
Good. So you listen to it on Spotify then rather than going through YouTube, is it?
Yeah, I do it all on Spotify.
Listen on Spotify then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one listener. Well, I listen on Spotify when I'm at work. And I'm always like doubled over laughing at myself because I find myself really funny. And a couple of times I've almost crapped myself also because I'm laughing that much. So, well, I stand there, I'm at work, and I'm doubled over laughing, and I've got tears streaming down my face, and everybody, because they're all Dutch, and they're all like stand there looking at me, and they're thinking, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm just listening to something on my.
I'm just listening to myself.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm in my mind, I'm the world's best comedian, I think.
Yeah, as long as you laugh, that's all I say.
Well, if you can't laugh at yourself,
No chance to do. That's it, isn't it?
Nobody else laughs at me, so I might as well laugh at myself.
Sherry laughs at you, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does, but that's for the wrong reasons.
That's another story. Who do you reckon we ought to get on then, Shan? Who would you love to interview?
I definitely say Jack Black. We went to watch him, didn't we, a couple of years ago when they were doing Tenacious D. And we were watching a video last night of him on TikTok. He's just crazy. I think he'd be brilliant to interview.
Yeah, well, I think that's stretching it a bit, but
go big, isn't it?
unless I do try go big, but maybe I can get a part in Jumanji 3 or something, and then I can get
brilliant. What more can you ask for?
Let's send him an email. Let's see what he see if he'll come on. Yeah, I reckon he'd be funny, wouldn't he, Jack? He'd be awesome. He'd be really, really good.
Crazy.
Yeah, that'd be awesome because he ticks a lot of boxes, doesn't he? He's a musician and he's an actor.
Yeah.
Well, I did as well. I'd say. I think he'd be brilliant at doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's ever done stand-up or not, to be honest.
No.
But I did email the management of David Hasselhoff because I thought he would be a good one to get on because he seems a bit out of the box.
Yeah.
And also he's married a Welsh girl, so. But
a little bit of a connection there.
yeah, I did put it in the mail, but the management said he's too busy. So and next time he comes to Germany on tour, I might shoot over and give him a business card.
You want to just go over there and be on record already?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't want to record his concert though.
No, definitely not. Not the Hoff.
So the Big Dirty was your favourite? I mean, did you find it hard to follow because it was a bit all over the place?
Yeah, I did, but it's all the one-liner jokes, and they were all. I think it was because there were so many of them, and they were just bantering off each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought it was really funny. It was all just crazy. Not obviously all your other interviews. This kind of ask questions, get like.
Yeah. There's a bit of structure to it.
Yeah, it was good though.
Yeah.
Chaotic, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit mad actually.
I watched it on the video, so I don't know how I would have come across on the Spotify because the way we had it recording previously, it was whoever was talking would be on the screen.
Yeah.
So kind of like flashing back and forth all the time between the different people, and you had Toby the drummer who was cooking food at the same time, so every now and again it'd be like clonking the pans and stuff in the background.
Oh, you could hear all that.
Then it's shouting at him or something what was going on, and then James the lead singer went upstairs. I don't know what his wife was doing. He slammed the door on him, didn't she? So I don't know what was
Wasn't she doing a TikTok video?
Yeah, she was supposed to be, but he opened the door and I think she was semi-naked or something.
Oh.
But I started laughing and then the camera went off.
Yeah.
So he couldn't actually see. But
he probably saved his marriage.
Well, I talked to him quite a lot on Twitter, so we got quite a thing going back and forth.
No, that's cool. Yeah, we'll have to check them out when they come over here, Shan, because I think I've got all the nick from the Dragonfly.
All right.
Because they said they wanted to do some warm-up shows, didn't they? So I said,
Yeah.
come over to Wales and you can do a few warm-up shows. And then I think their shows, I think it was later on in the year, maybe September onwards. But I don't think it was anything near to us. So we might end up having to travel a bit to go and see them otherwise. But I reckon it'll be a laugh to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be pretty good.
Yeah, and the new song, because he did say they were going to clean up their act, well, not clean up their act, but
yeah, not so many innuendos in it.
Yeah, and the new song is very good. I mean, because the music's cracking anyway, isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like you said, it'll appeal to a bigger audience now.
It's pretty heavy though.
Do you think? I didn't think it was too bad.
Yeah, it's a bit different. It's a bit heavier and a bit darker than their other stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
So.
yeah. It was good, very good. So yeah. So who else did we? So they came in at third. They did the Big Dirty, Shan. So far for the number of viewers we've had. So David Johnson was first. We've watched him as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
How did you find David's interview?
Yeah, it was good. It was interesting because obviously he was not just touching on the bodybuilding, weightlifting and stuff like that, but actually talking about his personal life because of it.
Yeah.
And obviously for people like me, I just go to the gym. It's not my life like it was for him, and I find it hard just balancing going to the gym and going to work and living life anyway when he's trying to balance all of it at that sort of standard. It was quite interesting to hear how it affected him.
Yeah.
It's not nice obviously, but yeah, definitely interesting to see how it was affecting him because he was just pushing himself too hard.
Yeah. I enjoyed that interview actually. I mean, we got a bit more insight into David and where he came from and how far he came, and then for pretty much his whole world to collapse around him was a bit of an eye opener. And then because I used to follow him before on another podcast, and then he just sort of disappeared from the face of the earth, and nobody really knew why. So
yeah,
that's why I wanted to get him on the show, just to ask him really. And I was quite amazed when he agreed to do it. So
yeah, it's good. It was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Well, we'll touch on mental health a bit, and
yeah, it's good. I thought that was good.
Yeah, hopefully we can touch a bit more on some mental health issues coming to the future.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it was good. And then obviously the Freds, which came last week, who were catching up quickly to David's number of views.
They've overtaken us then.
Yeah, flew past us. I think it was us being on there as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
It was.
We catapulted their career.
Probably.
No, they were great, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were good as well. Obviously, for me, Dad said that they were coming on. I didn't know them until Dad started singing their songs.
Oh,
so it's like, yeah, I know them. Brought them up to people in work. They were all like, how did they get them on there and things like that. I thought the interview was really good as well. They seemed like really nice guys.
Yeah. I mean, I was quite surprised when I looked into their history a little bit that they were actually like Fred was playing with Bob Dylan and Richard was a dancer for David Bowie and stuff. So yeah, I mean, they've been around a bit. They've been around a lot more than people think,
Music's had as well.
Yeah.
It's just insane how many views they've had online. So to get somebody like that on the podcast, that's definitely going to help.
Yeah. It was good. Because like the first one we did with James, where it was just, other than me and Terry, I was like super nervous before James came on. But I don't know, it was kind of like a mixture of excitement and nervousness with the Freds. It was like I was a bit pumped up and.
Oh yeah, you could hear that. Definitely.
Ready to go. So yeah, it was good. It was good because they are like they're proper celebrities, aren't they? They are celebrities. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I brought them up to the room whilst I was in work, and everybody knew who they were.
Yeah. But to be fair, I mean, I've sort of mingled in certain circles with certain celebrities for quite a long time. so I don't really get awestruck, if you like. I'm not in awe of these people because to me they're just people, you know.
Yeah.
Only one person I've ever met I think was a little bit in awe of, and that was Dorian Yates. He was 6 times Mr. Olympia bodybuilding champion, and he wasn't even big then. He'd finished his career a long time ago, you know. But he's still like, I thought, wow, it's Dorian Yates, you know.
Yeah.
But I've met like Nigel Benn, and I met Nigel Benn a long time ago, and when he was at the height of his career, and a lot of the dart celebrities, snooker celebrities, a lot of bands, you know, singers and stuff. So to me, they're just people, and I'm not really. Maybe it'll be different when we get Susie Quattro on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be different then. I think they'll be getting all excited.
Maybe.
You're going to be the proper fanboy then. So far, because I get excited with all celebrities. I can't help it. I know they are kind of like people, but I do get in excuse me in awe of what they've achieved and what they've done. So it's like I said, I've contacted Joe Calzaghe's team to try and get Joe on, because I think he's one of the best boxers that's ever lived, to be honest. So, and I've met Joe quite a few times in town, in the chip shop, driving.
Yeah.
Really down to earth, but it's still Joe Calzaghe, driving, and I'm like,
yeah.
I think it's why you like what they've done as well. So like, you like the music, so you're obviously gonna like the person that sung it and things like that. If it was just a normal famous person that you don't really care about or have any interest in what they're doing, you probably wouldn't be fanboying as much as you do with everyone else.
As much as David does.
Well, we got Andrew Hunt coming on, and and I know Andy really, really well, but he's a phenomenal singer, and I'm really, really excited about him coming on as well, because, you know, I've watched him loads and loads of times, and I think to the extent where, like, I remember your mum talking to him, and because we watched him 14 times in 1 year, and she tried to convince him that we weren't stalkers. So, you know what I mean? So we're fans of live music. So, you know, I'm going to be really excited when we interview Andrew as well. So I can't help it. It's just kind of like the way I am, really. But
convince somebody that you're not their stalker.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. I had to hide the bag that we were going to stick over his head to smuggle into the car and stuff. But you know what I mean? But I think we got away with it in the end.
Yeah.
So for you then, it would be Jack Black. Is it, Shan? Is he the only one you think we ought to try and get on? What about somebody, you know, aim a bit
lower?
Chops in there. Chops level.
I'm not sure really. Everything that I watch and listen to is all the popular stuff anyway, so it's going to be all massively famous people that I want you to get on. That's my problem.
But are they really massively famous? That's the question.
Well,
what are they? Are they just like?
I listen to Fleetwood Mac all the time. That's
right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So a bit massively famous. Yeah, there might be a bit out of our reach at the moment.
Yeah, just for now.
Fleetwood back on.
You know, we've got Carol Decker from Tapau coming on next week, and she's got a new single out, which is really good actually. I quite like it, the new Tapau single, because it's real music.
Yeah,
you know, you can hear the guitar changes and stuff in it, and you know, they'll slide on the neck, and I really like that, to hear that sort of stuff in music. It's not coming from a machine, you know.
Yeah.
So that's going to be. I am quite nervous about that interview, to be honest.
Good.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to present it yet.
Yeah, you need to stop swearing,
Oh yeah, well I didn't swear once in the Friends.
No, you were very well behaved actually.
I sweared before it and I sweared after it, but actually talking to the Friends, I didn't swear.
Yeah, you were very well behaved. Yeah, Shannon's going to be seeing Tapau this year. She didn't know, but they're coming to Newport. They got a Newport Rocks Festival.
Okay. That's Rock Wales.
Yeah, and it's going to be all 80s bands, and Tapau, one of the bands that are going to be there.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it was meant to be last year, I think, and obviously with the COVID, they moved it out to June, and now it's in September. So it's me, my mum, and my friend going.
Ah, right, okay. That'd
Yeah.
be nice.
Backstage passes once we've met Carol.
Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah. Make sure you wear your Just
Everyone on the
Chops in
stage.
t-shirt.
That's it. You can interview her for us. Be backstage.
Well, we've already interviewed her by then, Dave.
No, but they can re-interview her.
Why?
I don't think that's a good idea. We'll probably be drunk by that point as well.
It'll probably be a great interview. Especially if your mother does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what questions you got for us, Shannon?
Right person. Do you want to do the questions now?
Yeah, take them slow.
So if you had to give up one thing, music or motorbikes for yourself or cars for my dad, which one would it be?
Motorbikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't live without music, can you?
No, I definitely wouldn't give up. I mean, I'm a massive petrol head, but I've already picked up my music for my funeral. So I think you're gonna have to carry me to the funeral if I'm not allowed in a car.
Yeah.
But at least there'll be music played.
Yeah, you can always pretend you're on a motorbike, I suppose, but you can't pretend there's music coming in your ears. Yeah, put the cards on your back wheels, and so yeah, I think I would give up my motorbike. I don't think I could live without music in my life, to be honest.
No.
It'd be a nightmare if I went deaf. I've already got tinnitus in one ear, which is really fucking bugging me. It's bugging the shit out of me, to be honest. But
well, that actually points on one of my other questions. So my other question is, if you could be, because obviously you both want to be really good musicians and things like that. So if you could give it 1 sense to be an amazing guitarist, what sense would it be?
If I could give it 1 sense to what?
Like sight.
Yeah, I know what your senses are.
to be an amazing guitarist.
I'm not that fucking stupid.
Just making sure.
Well, there's only one you can give up, isn't there? And that's your sense of smell. If you could be an amazing guitarist and you want to give up 1 sense, you just give up your sense of smell, because then you still got your ears, your eyes, touch. It doesn't matter if you don't need to smell everybody at the gig, do you?
That's probably a good thing. So I'm normally down the front and I know what it smells like.
So yeah, that's pretty easy, that one, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll go with that one as well. I'll go with that one.
Were you going to go with that one?
If me and Terry took up singing, probably our sense of hearing would be a good thing to lose.
Well, I'm already going in one, so.
So the next one of your favourite bands has offered you to go on tour with them. You can only play the triangle or wine glasses on stage.
Okay. I would go with the wine glasses, as long as I could drink the wine first.
I'd go for the triangle then, and I'd make a big entrance. Like that. I don't know if any of my bands play triangle, mind. Many Doritos adverts, I think, Shan.
Well, I was just thinking, every time I speak to James about music, he says, I know how to play the triangle. So I thought, if he thinks that's part of music.
Okay, yeah.
Percussion, isn't it?
It's percussion, yeah, it's percussion.
It's percussion, yeah.
What do you find most enjoyable about doing the podcast?
Okay. Go on and say and go first.
I would say talking to David, but I don't want him to get a big edge, And I would like to add that he does actually do a lot of work in editing and controlling the videos and getting guests on. So he doesn't just sit there in his bedroom.
I'm an integral cog in the machine.
No, I do. To be honest, I think talking to David is probably. I wouldn't. Obviously, it's not my favorite bit because we do get guests on, and I can't disclude the guests. But we always have a good chat when me and David start chatting. So
that's it. And even up here as well. Then we.
Oh, I can't shut him up.
Terry's normally trying to go and have dinner, and I'm still rabbiting on at 100 mile an hour. We probably ought to record one of those, actually, because that's a bit chaotic anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here am I like, oh, shut up, he's trying to have his bloody dinner. Chopsy in the background as well, giving it some.
Yeah. Yeah, I should just hit record sometimes and then see where it goes.
What carnage is there, yeah.
But what's your favourite bit, Dave?
I would say it's talking to you as well. I got to be honest. I've been talking.
He's a liar.
Last night, and they reckon it's awesome. My mum said she loves watching them, just watching the way me and you are interacting. She said it's great. She really likes it.
Yeah, I do get a lot of that as well, to be honest. Yeah. Everybody says we got a really good chemistry together.
Yeah.
Like I said in a future episode, I'm not the smartest fucking tool in the shed. I'm certainly no rocket scientist.
But that's what you started it for anyway, was just you two talking.
Well, it was, yeah.
Yeah. We got back in touch when Terry came over for the wedding, and then probably more so after Andrew's wedding, wasn't it? And then we were probably talking weekly then after Andrew's wedding.
Yeah, well, just talking about guitars really, weren't we?
Yeah. And Terry was trying to sort of give me the incentive to play, and I was failing dismally. And then we just started talking about other stuff, wasn't it? And then you were saying, perhaps we ought to do a podcast. And I was thinking, I don't know, I'm not confident enough for that. Do you know what I mean? Just to talk. But it's different when you're in your own bedroom, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I don't talk to anybody, to be honest. I'm really surprised I do it, because I'm not much of a talker either.
Yeah, that's it. So and then to interview people, that's completely sort of out of character for me as well, really. So it's been a good laugh. I wish we started much earlier, I got to be honest.
Yeah, well, I think I told you before, I've been thinking about it for a few years, and probably 5 years, I'd say, maybe. And then really, really seriously considering it definitely for the last 2 or 3 years. But yeah, I just never got around to it. And then it was finding the right person to talk to. I did have somebody in mind, and then I was like, I got, because me and that person, I always had a really good connection. And then when I started talking more to you a lot, and I thought, fucking hell, we've got a really good connection, because we just talk crap all the time and make each other laugh. So it just seemed like a natural choice, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, it's cool. It was good. It was good fun.
Okay. So the next one, what are your life goals?
Oh, God.
I don't know. To stay alive. I mean, I'm 55 now, so my biggest one is to stay alive, not to wet myself all the time, and hopefully I can retire before I'm 67 or something, or whatever it is. With still a little bit of a brain intact.
Yeah. I'd bring it forward if I was you. He's 57, I think.
I wish. I need my bitcoins, well, my altcoins to do a bit better than they're doing now. I think.
Yeah, my goals, I haven't really got any. I mean, I had obviously I had career goals when I was younger, but I'm not career orientated anymore now. I'm kind of like want to be. I know I shouldn't say this really in case my boss ever watches it, but I want to be sort of like time rich really, and I just enjoy myself. So get to more gigs, get to meet some more celebrities and all that, and it was kind of like making sure you and your brother are all right, really. That was kind of like my goal, which you guys have sorted yourself out now, so I'm sort of like redundant, so I don't know what to do.
Well, you can always take us to Disney like you're promising.
Yeah, I thought I might come up there. I promised them when they give me grandkids, I'll pay for them all to go to Disneyland.
Oh God.
She had a dog and she wanted to go. You think? I don't think so.
Gotta try.
I'd say I've never really had I've never known what I wanted to do in my life, to be honest. I mean, I've done so much, but then I've just always just gone where the road has taken me, you know.
Mm.
But I've never had a clear-cut goal in anything. You know, I've run around with bands and been band managers, and I've been pub owner, and I've had a couple of pubs, and I live in a different country, obviously, than where I was brought up. But you know, I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things I shouldn't have done. I've done a lot of things that weren't strictly in the planning, I suppose. But yeah, I just go where it takes me, to be honest. I've never had a real direction. I'm a bit of a free bird, I think.
I mean, I'd say probably, you know, like one major, I don't know what I'd say, whether it be goal or what, is I'd love to do an open mic. So that would be one thing I'd love to do. So maybe, you know, even if it's going up to the Dragonfly, when it's closed and there's nobody watching or listening, but, you know, being able to play some sort of tune on the guitar and being able to sing a song, that's kind of like maybe a goal that I have got, but I'm failing miserably on it at the moment. I'm just not putting the effort in, and I know I'm only going to get there if I put the effort in. So,
well, I've actually done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because I learned to play a song on the guitar. Oh, how long ago was it? What it was, because when I had my pub, I had a band coming in for Christmas. I booked them, and the singer from the band said, "Well, we'll only play if you get up and sing a song and play guitar with us."
Okay.
Like, fucking hell, I can't even play guitar, you know.
Yeah.
So he said, "Pick any song you want, and then you'll sing and play, and I'll play you play the rhythm, and I'll play all the lead."
Oh, cool.
So I actually played and sung "Runaway Train" by Soul Asylum.
Okay.
And for a pub full of packed people,
Yeah.
I went down a storm. So I never had to know out the police. I don't know how I did it, but yeah, I was really nervous. And also, I think I touched on it with Lee when we did the podcast with Lee from the 9 to 5s. He had a sore throat one night, and the band were booked to play a birthday party, and he couldn't do it. And I had to sing the whole set. So I was not only the manager that night, I was also the singer. I had all the words on a piece of paper.
Okay.
So, and he was like, because he was still playing guitar, he just couldn't sing. And he was like, "Fucking hell, mate, you could actually sing."
You're fired.
Well, that's so I have done that before. So
yeah, to me that would be awesome. I would like that.
It took me about 6 months to learn that song. It's the only song I was learning. But yeah.
Okay then, so which one of you is the best musician?
Definitely not me.
I would say the best guitarist will definitely be Terry, without a shadow of a doubt, because he's sent
You're
me.
the best singer, is it?
What's that?
You're the best singer.
I think I'm an amazing singer. I know if self-praise is good. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I would say Terry's definitely the better guitarist. Definitely.
I don't know. I think you're a lot more regimented than I am.
I don't know.
I think you're prepared to do a lot more by the book, if you like.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Because I'm not really following. If I follow a lesson, I'll follow like 2/3 of it. And then I'll bin it off and go on to something else.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was learning today, actually. I had my guitar out for a bit, and I was learning to play "Go Your Own Way" by Fleetwood Mac.
Ah, cool.
Chords. And then I was like, "Nah, fuck that." I binned that off and just started learning the lead. So I was like, "Oh."
Then.
Sorry?
You can just do mashups then, loads of different songs in one.
Yeah. So I just started playing the lead. Trying to learn to play the lead for it. And then, because the thing with learning to play the guitar is you listen to a record, right? and the guitar sound has been overplayed so many times. So you've not only got the rhythm guitar, then you've got the lead guitar, then they throw another guitar in just for fun, you know. So when you listen to a track, you see a band and it's like a 4-piece band, but then they've actually got 4 guitarists on one track, you know. So if you really think about it and you're trying to learn to play that guitar track from that band, it's pretty impossible because you're never going to be able to play all the rhythm. Because I always think, right, I want to play all the rhythm, but I also want to play all the lead at the same time. And you can't. I don't think anybody can.
No.
It's just one of them things. You can play some of the rhythm and then throw a riff in, you know, but you just can't play it all at the same time.
No, certainly.
And I think it's pretty unfair that bands do that, actually, because when you've got novice guitar players trying to learn to play the guitar, then they're thinking, "Ooh, I can play that," but you can't. There's just no way.
What's impressive though is when you see some of these bands, but it still sounds like there's a few guitars on the stage with them when there's not, and they're on their own.
Yeah, it's called effects.
Yes, but it's unbelievable, isn't it? It is, isn't it? They just fill the stage, don't they? So I know they've all, a lot of them have got all these blinking pedals. I haven't got any of them do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What you should do, you got a spark amp.
Pedals. Yeah, I haven't sparked it up yet. I've used it twice. I sound really bad through it, so I thought we'd give that a miss. Wait until I'm a bit better.
Oh well, that's a shame.
But yeah, so I do. Yeah. So I think we've answered that one. I'd probably be a damn good triangle player
and singer.
Yeah, that's right.
Triangle player. Yeah.
Do you think you're funnier than your partners?
Partners, as in
Wives
and girlfriends.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do I think I'm funnier than my partner, or do I think I'm funnier than my partner thinks I am?
Wow, that's a different question.
Because I definitely think I'm funnier than my partner thinks I am.
Yeah.
I think I touched on that earlier.
Yeah, I agree with that. So you can normally it's normally from the reaction of their face, isn't it? So like you'll say something and it's kind of like just like a stone glare looking back at you. You think, oh, okay, maybe not.
Well, I just get called an idiot, so.
You know, I'd say when your mum's had a drink, she's funny.
Yeah,
she's a menace.
Yeah.
She is very funny. I know she winds up your brother, but that's because they're both the same. So I would say sober, I'm probably funnier than her, but drunk, she's just a menace. Isn't she? She's off the hook, isn't she?
But that's not like jokes either. That's just everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
General chit chat.
Yeah.
You go out on a night out with her and you get shanked if you're not careful.
Yeah, I mean, myself and my partner are very similar in the way we think. So we do tend to like finish each other's sentences and stuff. And, you know, we say the same thing at the TV at the same time and all that. So I'd say we were pretty level, to be honest. But I do definitely think I'm funnier than she thinks I am. So, and she's laughing. I can hear her laughing in the background.
Maybe she just don't get it.
Oh, she definitely gets it.
Yeah.
She just thinks I'm an idiot.
Okay, so what sport would you not do?
What thought?
Sport.
Oh, sport. I should have thought. You should have thought then. I was going to fucking hell. It's a lot of thoughts I wouldn't do. Get me in trouble. What sport would I not do? That's a tough one. Probably greyhound racing. I've never sat on a greyhound, so that's probably quite difficult. And I don't really get on with horses. My daughter started having horse riding lessons not last year, must have been a year before now because of COVID. And the fucking thing tried to bite me, and stepped on my foot, and so I was like, yeah, you don't really want to go horse riding anymore, do you? It bit her as well, you know. It bit her first, and then I was going to do a blazing saddles on it and knock the thing out, and then it bit me as well. So I was like, so yeah, I wouldn't sit on a greyhound, and I definitely wouldn't go on a horse, I don't think.
No.
So
mine would be definitely, I would not do MMA because I'm too much of a pussy and I get absolutely annihilated. So there's no way I'd do that. And I got big enough ears as it is, so God knows what shape they'd be in if I was an MMA fighter. I think that'd be a bit of a disaster. So yeah, MMA fighting for me, definitely not.
okay, you can eat some M&Ms.
Yeah.
An M&M eater. That's what you are. Not an M&M fighter.
No, I'd fight Eminem. He's a little skinny twerp, isn't he?
Oh, do you know what I saw today on
Eminem, no sweat.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but do you know what I saw on Facebook today?
What's that?
There was a thing for Download Festival, and there was a band on there called the Antwoord. The Antwoord.
All right.
I think they're a Dutch sort of like hip hop electronic type band.
Mm.
And there's this guy on there called fuck, I can't remember his name, but he was a black rap artist, I believe. And he wanted to get him kicked off the bill because he said they were racist, sexist, homophobic, you know.
Okay.
So he made this petition online to get them kicked off the Download Festival, and now they've been removed from the bill, apparently.
All right.
But I was thinking, you know, as a rap artist, I mean, if you listen to some of Eminem's, because we just brought up Eminem, if you listen to some of the Eminem stuff, that's also pretty homophobic, sexist, and
yeah, mega.
You know, so I couldn't see them kicking Eminem off stage, you know.
No.
So it's a bit.
Most rap artists are like that anyway.
Yeah. You know, they all call each other niggers, and all their wives are hoes, and so. They're all racist, sexist, fucking homophobic in their music. They might not necessarily be that in real life. Yeah. So yeah, would they be chucking Dr. Dre off, and they would be chucking Eminem off, and you know, no. But they kicked the Antwoord off because some jackass wanted them off.
Yeah, no way they do that. Because I've seen interviews with Eminem, and he's a really funny guy, and he most of it he does for effect, and he says that.
Well, they all do, don't they?
He just wants to get a rise out of it, and that's why he actually names celebrities in his music, just to get a rise out of them, doesn't he?
Yeah. So you know, I thought that was pretty. I think that's pretty. For me, I was quite disappointed with them kicking him off. So anyway, sorry, Shannon. I digress.
So the next one was, if you could go back and tell your teenage self one thing, what would it be?
Oh,
don't be a dick. You've been a dick all your life. Stop being a dick. Or you're gonna be a dick all your life. Don't be a dick. That would be my. That would be my.
I would probably say, don't take myself too seriously. I think when I was younger, I used to take myself a bit too seriously. And that's why I probably started having like anxiety and stuff when I was in my mid-20s. So I think, and you know, I always wanted to be the best and perfection and all that. And there's no such thing as like perfection. As you know, good is good enough, and just get on with it. Like, do you know what I mean? So that's kind of like the advice I give myself. Really, is chill out. It ain't worth it. And go and watch more live music, because I didn't watch when I was younger because I had you and your brother.
So you would be, don't take yourself too seriously, and I would be, take myself more seriously.
Yeah, that's right. You never know.
Yeah, the worlds have collided, Dave.
The last one then, you can create your dream band, who would be in it?
Oh, that's a tough question.
That's a really good one. You can go first so I can have a think.
Oh, I don't know, man. Flipping heck. That's I don't know. That's a really tough one for me. Because I don't know. I'd have to have like a 50-piece band, I guess, with like 30 singers, you know. I don't know. I don't think I could. I have no idea.
No.
No, because my music range is so varied, and like I've brought up before, I like Bob Dylan, but I don't think I don't know. Could you have him front in my band? It's like, well, yeah, and then you got David Lee Roth, who's a really good front man, in his days. Bruce Dickinson is a top front man, and then Elvis on the side singing backing vocals. I guess I don't know. It's so it's I don't know. It's an hard one. I couldn't. I don't think I could do it.
No.
No.
Would probably be surprising options, really, because it probably wouldn't be the norm that people would expect.
So you'd have Right Said Fred on vocals.
That's right.
Yngwie Malmsteen on guitar.
That's it.
John Bonham on drums.
So yeah, it would be really tough, because kind of like my vocal, everybody knows my vocal hero would be Toby Jepson, which a lot of people haven't heard of. But then if I went for like the ultimate, it would probably be Freddie Mercury on vocals. And then it's just a real tough one. I mean,
it is
like guitarist, I love Bruce John Dickinson out of Little Angels. The guy's phenomenal. But then you got Slash, you got Eddie Van Halen, you just got so many amazing guitarists. Even bloody what's his name that done Layla?
Eric Clapton.
Yeah, I mean, there's some phenomenal guitarists out there. And I said the one I probably haven't followed so much would probably be drummers. Do you know what I mean? Because I know like lots of people go nuts about Pert, don't they, out of Rush and all that. And I've not really been such a follower of drummers as such, really. Because they always say, don't they, drummers, the musicians that hang about with a band, don't they? That's what they say.
I don't know. I mean, a drummer can make a band,
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I was like massive into Iron Maiden back in the day, and so like Nico McBrain was a really good drummer.
But Clive Burr was before him.
Yeah, I know.
Clive Burr was a great drummer.
Yeah, he's a bit before my time. And then you had Keith Wood, didn't you, from The Who? Do you know what I mean? So it's Keith Moon, sorry.
Keith Moon, yeah. I was going to say, I was just starting to think then of the fact Keith Wood.
So yeah, that's a really, really, really.
So you're going to need a big stage, basically.
Yeah, I think we need you've seen it, haven't you, on Facebook, where they have like 1,000 artists on a football field. I think me and Terry would probably need a football field.
yeah, I think so. Yeah. That's a really tough question. I don't think I could make. I don't think I could make a dream band up, to be honest. I mean, who would you put on? Like you would put Freddie Mercury on vocal? I wouldn't know, because I'm such a big Elvis fan.
Yeah.
But I'm also such a big Iron Maiden fan and a Motorhead fan. It's like,
I think it depends as well on what sort of music you're going to be playing, because they've obviously got completely different voices.
Yeah. It would probably be dependent on your mood as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I know he's kind of like frowned upon, but Meatloaf.
Yeah.
When he was, I was going to say when he was big, he lost his weight, and he's lost his voice, and unfortunately, but like back in the 70s, he could probably spit like Freddie. He could probably sing anything, whatever 80s. You want to sing. The 80s, yeah, he could sing whatever they wanted, couldn't they? Bloody Freddie did opera as well, didn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think Meatloaf has got quite a range as Freddie Mercury had, to be honest.
No. So yeah, I think it would have to be Freddie. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
But if I was putting a band together, but if it was people I wanted to sing with, that'd be a different story. Do you know what I mean? Because if you stood next to Freddie Mercury, he's just going to blow you off a park, isn't he?
Oh, he might blow you off the park. He's not going anywhere near me.
It depends what I was wearing that day.
We're going to get slammed now by the homophobic community.
would you have in your band?
For me,
Yeah.
oh, I have no idea.
It would just be Fleetwood Mac, wouldn't it?
I'd just be sat there on the sideline with them.
Yeah, see, because
no idea.
I love the Eagles as well. I mean, when I get drunk, I'm like, oh, the Eagles are the best band ever. You know.
I do like a lot of bands, so obviously I like Queen and things like that. I listen to now music as well, but obviously being brought up with mum and dad, I know a lot of songs that people my age don't know and like the music that people my age might not like. So I can appreciate songs that people my age probably wouldn't listen to, but obviously like Queen and stuff like that and Fleetwood, they're massive anyway, so you'd be surprised if people hadn't heard of them. So yeah. Definitely.
People your age wouldn't have heard of them, mine, because because they get into what their parents listen to. So a lot of people your age, their parents probably were listening to more 90s trendy music, because we had you very, very young. So I would imagine as parents we're quite young compared to old. I don't know which way around it is, like my brain ain't working, but we had you quite young. So I would imagine, they probably got different musical tastes. That's probably why, James is into gangster rap, isn't he?
That's just because James.
His dad likes all sort of modern music as well, doesn't he? He's not into older stuff.
But
so I think it's kind of like what your parents bring you up with.
I don't know, because his mum's into 80s music, but James just likes what he likes. So he won't listen to all the stuff that his mum would listen to. He just likes his own, like Drake and all that trendy gangster music.
Drake. Okay. No, I was going to say, I mean, I was really fortunate in growing up with my mum that she always liked music, I mean, Uncle Terry, I inherited his singles collection, to be honest. And it was fucking hundreds of them, and they were all from the 50s and 60s. And then my mum obviously bringing us through with music in the 70s. And finding my own music in the 80s. But I mean, my daughter's now almost 9, and I play my music. She likes her music on the radio, but then we always throw some Queen in, or, so I think she's going to be lucky enough to grow up going back to those sort of generations of music,
Oh, you've got to. I love 60s and 70s music.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's just such feel-good music.
Yeah, I mean, the 2010s from 2010, I guess. I mean, the music's been pretty shallow,
Yeah.
Doesn't mean much. It's all manufactured pop nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
I find it doesn't cheer me up either. So when I listen, if I've had a bad day and I listen to 60s and 70s, it's all upbeats, all things that you can dance to. This sort of music now is about the troubles that people are facing in everyday life. I don't want to sit and listen to that. I'm living it.
But like I said, also it's real music. Go back, it's real music, and that's why I touched on this Tapao new single. You can hear as a real band playing real music.
Yeah.
Which is good, Not like fucking some twat making it on Pro Tools and then somebody singing over in autotune. I mean, Carol probably's got autotune on, but old Ben will say that. But yeah, you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, like all the Ed Sheeran crap.
Yeah.
I can't stand him. I just can't abide him. He's the same. He's always singing about slashing his wrists and his girlfriend left him and his dog's died and stuff. I bet he's never even had a dog.
He's just got married. Well, he got married, had a baby not long ago, didn't he?
Oh, he'll be singing about that next. He got to change nappies and stuff, bless him.
Well, yeah, that's what's called being down to earth, is Dave.
Nah, he ain't down to earth.
He's probably not with the success he's had.
No.
But maybe we can get him on one day.
Yeah, you can interview him. I won't be. I'll be a little fanboy. Oh, yes.
My wife's got your album.
That ain't gonna happen. Can't stand him.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Oh, I got a question then, because obviously Neil haven't joined. Who would you least want to interview?
For me?
Yeah.
Who would I least want to interview? Anyone that doesn't want to talk to me.
Okay.
Because if they're that pretentious, they can't come and talk to me because they think they're too famous. Then why would I want to fucking talk to them?
There we go.
You know, I haven't got time for people like that, to be honest.
Oh, well,
even though I might be like that myself one day.
Massive stars, we'll only want to get A-listers on.
No, but why would you be so pretentious in it to think? I mean, what you've got to remember is we're just fans and we're talking to musicians, right? And we'll always be just fans talking to musicians, probably. And then when a musician thinks, "Oh, not talk to them," because they, you know, who are they like? We're actually the fans that put you where you are, you know.
Yeah.
And without us fans putting you where you are, then you'd be nothing, and you'd be the same as us. Not saying we're nothing, but you know, we are pretty famous now. But but without the fans, and that's what I just don't understand. I can understand people, you know, get afraid of being stalked, and that's why they have so much security around them. But to be able to not, for somebody to be able to not to reach out and say, "Oh, can you come and have a chat with me for half an hour?" And for them to just say, "No, fuck, I'm not talking to you," you know, why? It was like, are you really that fucking much of a twat? You know, I put you where, well, not me and my, I didn't buy a million records off you, but you know what I mean?
Buy their music and buy their merch, shouldn't it? You go and watch them. Yeah. I think I'm quite lucky. I don't think I've come across anybody like that through music, probably with the exception, and maybe I'm making a claim here, but I reckon like Justin Hawking Out of the Darkness.
Yeah.
I was really gutted to see that they're back up Steelhouse again this year. So remember I said to you, Anthrax have pulled out, so they've replaced the Darkness, and he was up there maybe only 2 years ago, and I can't abide the guy. I don't even want to look at his face. And I went back to the tent, and I could just hear the crap and the shit he was shoveling, and he's just so, like you said, high and pretentious and just really annoying. And I think somebody might have chucked something at him because he was chatting rubbish and he was getting all upset and everything. I was just thinking, oh man, do you know what I mean? And I would probably say, and he ain't even a proper artist. Like, I mean, I can't stand the Darkness. They're not a proper band. They're just like a Nicky take. That's another, like, so if we brought on the Darkness and Ed Sheeran at the same time, I think I'd probably have a meltdown.
Well, that's sort of scuppered our 2 big interviews.
Delete them emails.
Yeah, pretentious fucking assholes. I can't be doing with them. I mean, like I said earlier, I've met so many famous people in my life. I mean, even when I was a kid, when they had sports stars, this is a story. They had the sports stars, the program.
Superstars, was it?
Superstars, yeah, at the stadium in Cwmbran. You know, and I spoke to nearly everybody, and I got nearly everybody's autograph, except for fucking Daley Thompson.
Really?
He was a complete prick.
I would have thought you'd have been cool because he did like stuff like sponsoring schools and like building up sports in schools and all that, didn't he?
It was all for show.
Yeah.
I mean, I met Brian Jacks. I mean, I met everybody, you know. Brian Jacks was like world judo champion at the time.
Yeah.
And got all their autographs, all the stars that were there. They were all really nice and stuff. And then I went to Daley Thompson and he was like, fuck off. You know, I was only like 14 or something.
Yeah.
You know, and he was just like, fuck off, I haven't got time for you. I was like, oh, have your autograph, mate? Fuck off.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Let me just delete Daley's email a minute.
So, yeah. I mean, and I did ask him over, because it was set over a few days, you know, and I bumped into him over a couple of days, and I asked him a few times, and every time was the same. I haven't got time for you. Don't want to talk to you. Who the fuck are you? I was only a kid asking for autographs.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible, that is.
So, yeah, Daley Thompson, I think he's a cunt. Oh,
I've never ever had a bad experience like that, really. I've always, you know, whenever I've approached people, I don't think like I said, I bumped into Joe Kawasaki in town, and the only thing I had that he could sign was Curtis's hat. So I took his cap off him, and he signed it and everything. And we had a bit of a natter and stuff, and yeah, he was absolutely awesome. He was.
Yeah.
Jamie Bolsh. I was talking to him in the park, weren't we? And you were playing at what was that? That was over. Wasn't it Bonfire Night? It was Bonfire Night.
It was to do with Girlings, wasn't it?
I can't remember what it was, but we were in a park or something. And you were in a play park playing with his children, and I was having a chat with him and all, asking about his athletics and whether he was still running and stuff like that.
Only from the law.
Yeah.
I used to train in the stadium when I used to train in there.
Yeah.
Jamie Balls, I used to see him all the time.
Yeah. So it's the same. Like we went and watched Wales play Scotland, and we hung around for the coach when they came out.
Yeah.
And they were awesome. All the rugby players and the Scots, absolutely awesome they were. And like even Finn Russell, who obviously was a Scottish 10, he had an absolute abysmal game when we went up and watched him. And they were Welsh gear on and our leaks and hats and bloody rubbish. And he was there being interviewed, or he was interviewing another fella. And I called him for him to sign something, and they were trying to kick us out. They were being real assholes, they were. So he said, throw it. So I threw it to him, and he signed it and threw it back. And he had an absolute mare of a game, and we were Welsh, and he still took time to, sort something out for us. That's why I reckon he's awesome. He's a legend. He is, Finn Russell. Yeah. Guy's brilliant. Play like an absolute turd and still have time for a bunch of Welsh herberts. That's what it's all about.
Well, it is, that's what real people do,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, we narrowed our options down to future guests. Thanks, Shan.
Well, Neil didn't want to come on, so he probably thinks he's too fucking important to talk to us.
That's all I had a question set up as well. I was going to get Shannon to give him some advice about married life.
I know, I was talking to James about it. I said, the problem is I only have advice for marrying James. I said, and that's just make sure he's fed. Like right before I come on this podcast, he was like, oh, you've got 10 minutes. Go make me some food before you go on.
Fucking hell, tell him to make his fucking self.
Oh, he's the nightmare.
Sexist pig.
He's unreal. You never meet anybody who can eat as much as my son-in-law.
Oh, I don't know. I used to eat a lot.
Oh, he's incredible. Yeah, absolutely incredible.
When I used to be training a lot, I used to eat like 1 kilo of meat a day. Without fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
He eats that and he's not training, man.
Yeah. 1 kilo of meat's a lot, man.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Where is he? Is he in work, is he?
He's upstairs. He made me a cup of tea and went upstairs before the podcast came on to stay out of the way. But he's left the dog with me, so she's been running back and forth all the way through.
Dog?
Pardon?
You reduced the dog. You showed her on Facebook.
Come on, baby. You're facing our way, girl. Storm.
Okay, dog's ass. There you go for our listeners. There you can see the dog.
So that was the.
You're already tired, look.
The other pet that was shared, wasn't it?
That's one of my pet hates. Looking at dogs' asses.
It's all right, as long as they don't smell. It's all good.
All right then.
She looks terrified. What have you done to her? Look at her eyes.
I know, it's because I haven't been speaking to her for an hour.
Okay.
Oh, all right then.
Oh, well.
Oh, we'll better let you get on then. Maybe she's a greyhound and she didn't want me riding on her back.
That's what it is. She heard you saying about that.
Right then. So we got. Do you want to just let everybody know?
We've got coming up next week. We're recording Tapau.
Yeah.
Can't remember her fucking name again.
Susie Quattro?
Carol, what's her name? Carol Decker, yeah. I can remember her name now. I was just thinking of Carol Vorderman for some reason. Because she's staying in Wales at the moment, isn't she? Carol Vorderman?
I don't know.
I've seen her on Instagram. Carol Decker from Tapau we got coming up. We've got Friday, we've got
Andrew Hunt from Buffalo Summer.
Andrew Hunt, no relation to Chris Hunt, I don't think. And then the week after, we've got the mega famous Susie Quattro coming on the show.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. And we've got a few more guests lined up for that week, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. I haven't looked at my diary. I probably haven't even written them all down yet. So
yeah. And then we've got a new video out Monday, haven't we? Autumn Killer's out on Monday.
Autumn Killer's going up Monday. That's quite funny, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been talking to is his name Chris?
Rob,
that's him. Craig's the new drummer.
That was a surprise, drummer. That was a surprise to them.
Yeah, I've been talking to Rob the last couple of days, so he did tell me that he's persuaded you to buy some merch.
He did, yeah.
So, did he persuade you or shame you into it?
I was already going to order some anyway. I like collecting drum skins, but I only like them if they've actually been used and they've been stopped. So, and part of their, I can't remember what you call it, but like their appeal where you buy merch.
Yeah.
They're using, there's going to be 5 drum skins for sale that they use for recording the album.
Okay.
So I'll have one of them. So.
Oh, right. Okay. So not actually. So it wasn't. Oh no. I was going to say, so it's not 4 skins, it's actually 5 skins.
5 skins, yeah. It's not foreskin. Yes, I did ask Rob about his foreskin, and he said that one for sale. So yes, we got Autumn Killers. There's some others coming up as well, aren't there? Got some others
next week.
Yeah, we got some, and we got some in our back pocket.
I don't think we have.
We haven't, Louis.
No, I think we're up to date. We've got one coming out Monday, so maybe we'll drop this one on Thursday.
Yeah, and then we got a re-recording then, haven't we?
Oh yeah, that's next Monday. Also, we got Nova Story to do.
Yeah,
redo, because that was a disaster. Technical issues everywhere.
Yeah,
not only from us, but from them.
Yeah, hopefully we get a full band on as well. That'd be good.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we get them on. They just signed. They're doing big things on the internet at the moment. With a new single, Bad Tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got quite a busy couple of weeks coming up.
Cool.
But apart from that, it's just you and me, Dave.
Yeah.
Just CHOPSING.
That's it. It's all about, isn't it?
All right, then. I'm going to say goodbye. Yeah, thank you for coming on, Shannon.
No worries.
Asking me some tough questions.
Yeah, they were really good questions. They were well thought out.
They were.
The questions we ask our guests, to be fair.
Maybe she should be our editor.
I think so, yeah.
All right then, mate.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right. Bye. Tra.